Hello, everybody. Back at it. So today has just been on my heart heavy how my people, our people, I see a lot of times, oftentimes that we are conditioned. Well, let me just put it this way: we are often against one another. So much so to where we argue back and forth, we fight each other. Everybody's pull up game strong. Fight videos going on. Everything around is just chaos with our black community. I'm here to say that it's been conditioned for us to be that way towards each other. It's definitely been conditioned, and our oppressors have done a phenomenal job of making it possible for us to still fight against each other. I'm gonna use the Bill Cosby instance of how we see a black man in America get convicted for up to 3 to 10 years in prison, and see a lot of our people. Well, I ain't gonna say a lot, but see a lot of our people so harshly against him to the point to where it's almost unbearable. Like, wow, like really, like, okay, I get it. If he in fact did rape, which we're not going to say rape because he was never convicted of rape. He was convicted of what's that called? Sexual misconduct, I believe. Sexual assault, which I feel like it is some things within that we'll get to in just a minute. But if in fact he really have sexual assaulted these young ladies, okay, he got his sentence. But my question arises: why are we so against him, but yet we're not screaming the same thing for Brock Turner? We're not screaming the same thing for Bill O'Reilly, Matt Lauer, Weinstein, even Donald Trump, uh, Charlie Sheen. The list goes on and on because it's a lot of folks that uh, I've heard today. A lot of names thrown out there that I have to make more note of in reference. But it's a lot of. Let me just go ahead and be transparent. It's a lot of white men that are not locked up for either the same or greater crimes than supposing uh, that Bill Cosby has committed or done, but yet he's behind bars, and it just saddens me because a black man in America, um, he was America's dad. He was he may have said some things to some of our black youth as far as pulling up your pants, uh, you know, trying to give role model. He trying to let us know that we're better than that. You know, we should be role models and such. He may have been a little harsh with things, but I see his intent where he was going with that, telling the telling young black men to pull up your pants and be just more of a role model out here in these streets because he see not only the greatness in us that we could become, but he also sees the oppressor for who the oppressor really are. Because if you notice, we've been getting shot down in the street like animals, and nobody cares. Nobody cared, not even us enough to even want real justice. You know what I mean? What is real justice? Does that mean that we're in the streets uh, um, uh, peacefully protesting? Let me ask you guys a question. Out of all the years since Martin Luther King, what have peaceful protesting got us? Where has it got us to this great day? We're in 2018, and in what, um, um, where do we stand in America? What has what is our rank here in America as black men and black women? Y'all ever heard of Wall Street, Black Wall Street? You ever heard that it got bombed? You ever heard of before integration, uh, how successful we were in business, and our black men was in the home, head of the household, teaching their kids right from wrong, how to be successful, how a skilled trade was taught in school back then, and that skilled trade put the food on the table. Well, once we integrated, guess what? The oppressor needed our dollar. So once the integration began, well, that was our demise. And what we need to realize is we need to start loving each other and coming together. Is just in the Bible. Is what was intended to happen. Do you know that when it said love thy neighbor as thyself, and do good to those that spitefully use you and stuff? Do you know that he was talking to his tribe of Judah? Do you know who the tribe of Judah is? The tribe of Judah is us. He wasn't saying your natural neighbor. He was talking about us, melanated, people of color, POC, people of color. It's exactly who he was talking to. And you need to learn who you are. You know that we're in a time right now to where, like I said on my last video, if y'all didn't know it, we in war right now. Just because you don't see army tanks out here blowing stuff up and everything don't mean that we're not in war. You have to open up your eyes. Maybe that's why. Have you ever have you ever thought maybe that's why things are happening right now? That's happening. Maybe it's a higher power that's sacrificing some of us to show the masses of us that we need to come together and fight for a real cause. It's a real cause out here to fight for, folks. Yeah, I'm just now waking up to this too. I know sometimes it may be hard to accept, but it's time, folks. How much more killing of our young black men and women do we have to see? How much more injustices do we have to see? This is just this been going on for decades. We should have been angry. Do you know the Black Panther movement? I've been studying on it. I've been really studying that movement because I admire that movement. I'm not talking about just the guns and how they was going after the government, or what not. Guns are blazing and everything. I'm talking about their food program, how they fed people. I'm talking about their educational classes that they had. I'm talking about the self-defense classes that they had. The clothes closet. They was taking care of their community, making sure that the community was doing good. And guess what? FBI came in and said that how the Black Panthers was the #1 public enemy. It was a terrorist group to them, and it had to be dismantled. I look at that as the same thing as Bill Cosby. To them, he was a terror because he was doing he was doing and telling his community the right things. He wanted to buy NBC, and once he wanted to buy NBC, that's when we heard all these rumors about sexual allegations. It wasn't until then. Y'all remember years ago? Yeah. Now let's go back and start thinking, guys. Why are we so against each other, and why are people so against Bill Cosby? Why do we want to fight each other? Fight videos all online. Do you know that they paint us as predators, whether you want to call it sexual predators? Because I remember Hillary Clinton in the Clinton administration used that very term. Sexual violent predators. And that must be exterminated. Do you know that's where Planned Parenthood, that's who they got? It was a racist white woman who created Planned Parenthood, who felt like blacks needed to be exterminated and starting off with babies. I think that's what my next video is going to be about. I'm going to do some research. I think her name was Margaret. I'll forget. But I'm going to do some research, and I'm going to do that video. We have to start laying foundations. Leaders must rise now and start talking the truth, no matter who loves it, likes it, hates it. I'm willing to lose friends for this now because I see the bigger picture now. But as I'm losing, I will be gaining real ones too. Who's going to fight this fight with me? Because I'm ready and I'm willing to wake up my people. Because I love my people, man. I love my black people, my people of color, period. I love you guys, man, and I'm willing to go to bat for you guys now, man. I have kids out here that I have to, and I want to see grow up. We should start thinking boycotting things. If they want to go back to the old days where make America great again, first of all, America was never great. We've never got the just due that America still owes us. This is not your land neither. Oppressors, this is not your land. You came and stole it. Don't we want justice? And I'm not just talking about the oppressors. We gotta get our own house clean as well. It was a young 14-year-old boy that got hit by a car, drugged down the street. His mother is on Facebook pleading for help right now to share her post. I shared it. If you can't find it, go on my page. Find it. Right here in Sacramento. She's pleading for help. We need to help our community out starting now. We need to build Black Wall Street back up starting now. We need to invest our dollars in ourselves starting now. Buy everything black. Greatness starts with us, but it starts with us correcting our home, and it starts with us being more patient with one another. That's where it starts. It starts with our men loving our women more. Talking to myself too here. I'm not perfect, but you know what? I want to strive to be. I want to do better for my people. Young people, old people, it's time. It's not about being some hood nigga, and I don't even like. I'm even stop using that word nigga, but I just using it to show something. It's not about being a hood nigga now. It's about being a real man now. Ladies, you shouldn't want who pretend to be the hardest. Cause do you know what? Let me just keep it so honest with you. A lot of these dudes out here, they play the part just to try to get you, and you helping him play something that he's really not. So he want to be hard because he want to be seen as the hardest dude out here just to get you. And that's killing our young brothers in these streets. We don't need that anymore. We don't need that now. We need real men and real women. We need kings and queens. Because that's who we have to return back to, because that's who we are. We are kings and queens. Remember that. So I'ma just that's what was on my mind tonight. I have more to say. Maybe I should start writing it down because I got on here and I was gonna go in order, but my mind it's so full because I want us to do so much better, guys. If I lose friends behind this because they just don't see it, man, I feel sorry, but oh well, because I'm on the side of righteousness now. I'm not going back. I know too much and I done seen too much and I done been through too much, and the Most High has brought me out of a lot of situations and I cannot turn back. I want my people to wake up. Peace and blessings to y'all. Until the next video tomorrow. Maybe I'll do the Margaret, Planned Parenthood thing. I study on it and bring you guys some facts. It's time to tear down their kingdom and build ours now. So peace and blessings. Till next time. Like my video, share it. There will be more to come. Comment, feedback, all that is appreciated and wanted.